Hey everybody, welcome back to Jeff Bull Central. Do another on camera for you. The month of November. I was gonna try to shoot it outside today just to prove, look, it is November outside. It's brown and not green anymore, but it is too windy, and also you know what fall looks like. It's not anything special. So well, it's special. Oh, fall is so special. Uh, Aside from that, so I wanted to talk to you this month about the idea of psychosis. Um, I guess I'm kind of putting myself out there on issues of mental illness, probably because the rest of my channel is not really related to mental health in any way, but I am. It's a journey I'm going through. And it's trials that I face daily. Um, so I suppose it's like exercising the demons. You don't have to do it on a public platform, but I don't know, man. The more that I do these, the more that I feel a little bit better about myself and my situation. And honestly, I've had a few people come into the comment section and say that they found it helpful as well. So I'll just keep doing them. I'm not a clinical psychologist, psychiatrist, therapist, counselor. I'm nothing of the sort. I have no training. I'm just a sufferer. I'm just someone who's got schizoaffective disorder. So I thought I'd talk about psychosis because unless you've experienced it, you're probably not super familiar with it, what it's like, certainly, what it feels like, what it acts like, wow, it's a big topic. Again, I have to speak as a layperson because I'm not, an expert in any way. I have had one really really bad psychotic episode. I haven't had any since, and I'm actually feeling quite a bit better nowadays, and definitely than I was even during the worst of the pandemic, and even before that. So, um, psychosis is a state and a psychotic episode, not to be confused with being a psychopath. Okay, very different things. But someone who has a psychosis or is having a psychotic episode, they have delusions, hallucinations. Their thinking patterns are strange. The things that they say are strange. That's kind of on the outside of it. From the inside looking out, it's a pretty surreal thing because my recollection of it is that though I know that I'm me and I know that um, it's hard to say. It's like I still know who I am. I still know, I have a sense of the world, but to everybody else, that worldview is so askew and so wrong and so weird and twisted. And I guess I want you to know that there are two sides to psychosis. There is the side that is the most obvious, and that is the symptoms that have presented themselves, right? And then there's the side that's a little bit more subtle, where, okay, man, like I thought I was talking to a friend of mine in my head, and I thought I was communicating with this person telepathically. They were talking to me, and I was talking to them. Sometimes with my mouth, and my wife was around the whole time. She can attest to all of this. I would have conversations with myself, conversations with this person, other people. I had a conversation, a lot of conversations with a former teacher of mine, some other author person that I admired on Facebook for their work and for their message that they brought on Facebook, and that turned into a person that I was communicating with. Um, I thought a lot of strange things, and it did tie into, for me, It doesn't for everybody, but it did tie into spirituality, religions, specifically New Age stuff. I got very into it. And I'm not going to say that that whole thing is broken and that there's nothing valuable to be found there, because I actually think that there is, but that's a totally different conversation. I don't want to go there with everybody because mileage varies on religion. So, my wife, we had an interesting conversation because I was discussing with her what I was going to talk about in tonight's video. And she said, you need to let people know that while they shouldn't be afraid of a person who's going through this, they should also not keep it to themselves. She said that was the biggest mistake that she made with me, and it ended up costing us. I don't want to go into the details again, just mostly because I don't want to make myself emotional. But it did end up costing us, both of us, for as she said it. And again, I'm not a professional. Please, please, please don't take, if this doesn't jive with you, then please discard it completely. But look, if you have a friend or a loved one or whatever who is behaving erratically, saying things that are strange, that they seem to clearly believe, but you know not to believe, it's the divergence from reality that counts. And no, I'm not saying that these people are always dangerous, because we're not. In fact, some of us are the least dangerous people you're ever going to meet. The danger happens to us a lot of the time. But regardless, my wife, Carrie, would like you all to know that if you have gotten into a situation where, because you yourself inside the psychosis might not be aware of it, in fact, you probably won't be, things will seem perfectly reasonable, perfectly logical, perfectly acceptable. I think I need to sit with this and think about what it really is, what it really boils down to. I think you know what I'm saying, but I wish I could be clearer. Everything that we've been through, everything that we've experienced with this, it's been quite an odyssey. I want you to know that it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. You will find your way through this. There's a lot of bumps in the road. There's a lot of left turns and right zigzags and all sorts of crap that you'll have to deal with. But you'll be okay, and so will the people that depend on you and the people you depend on. You'll all be okay. Just be aware. Learn. For God's sake, start with someone like me who doesn't know anything except what I've experienced. Learn. Research it. Google. If this is a scenario that's playing out in your life, research it. Be aware. Be cautionary. Don't let something blindside you. And trust me, it can. We didn't have a diagnosis before everything went wrong, so I shouldn't say wrong, because things have turned out okay. Things have turned out okay. And they will for you as well. But knowledge is your friend. As in everything, knowledge is your friend. So I think that's it. I hope these are helpful. They help me. Like, honestly, just being able to tell off camera and YouTube that things aren't always copacetic in our lives. In my life, I get confused a lot, and I make mistakes, and I allow myself to get a little out of control over certain things, and I'm learning, but it's a long process. So we'll get there together, right? Right. Okay. Next month, December. Lovely, lovely month of December. Bye-bye. Do me a favor, everybody. This is my new book. This is called Resurrection Mixtape. I just released it this week. Oh boy. It's on Amazon. It's it's supernatural. It is a thriller. It is horrific. It is funny. It's got a lot of music in it. I mean, Mixtape, Resurrection. It's a good time. So that just came out this week. So go check it out on Amazon. I'll put the link in the description. Adios. Bye-bye.